In 4 years, you've been hanging in these YouTube streets. Congratulations, you just earned your bachelor's degree. You wanna clap them cheeks? You wanna clap them cheeks?
Y'all, every once in a while, we cover a story that both shocks and horrifies me, and yet doesn't shock me at all. I'll explain that in a moment, but before I do, for this enlightening story, shout out and thank you so much to Char Willie for this one. I don't know where she finds this stuff. I mean, really, y'all. Okay, and if you want your story to be highlighted on the next I'll Be That News, all you gotta do is email it to us, okay? The email address is illbeThatNews@gmail.com. Putting it on the screen for you. Yeah. Okay. So all you gotta do is email it to us, okay? And we do go through all of the selections, okay? Unfortunately, sometimes y'all are a day late or dollar short and you suggest a story after we've already done it, right? So we at least try to put it on our radar for updates and whatnot. Whatever. Anyways, y'all don't care about all of that. Y'all care about this story, though. I'm just gonna read it to you. Just read you the title. Just read you the title. For those of you who are just listening, because again, remember, you can just listen, like podcast style. We are on iHeartRadio, we're on Spotify, we're on a whole bunch of different stuff. Take a look in our link tree, okay? It's linked in the description box down below, always. If you're watching the live, it's always linked inside the chat. So, listen, okay? If you are just listening, or you too busy cleaning or something to look at the screen right now, I'm just going to read this to you. Indiana man, 20 years old, is charged with raping family dog and threatening to kill his mother with hammer after she witnessed the attack. Raping. The dog. The family dog. Blake Reffett. Okay? Let us not forget the name of this lovely citizen, okay? And don't worry, we're definitely not gonna forget Blake's douchebag face either, okay? I've got a lot of douchebag pictures to share with y'all today. So, here you go. Let's start with this one, because as is usual, we all know that these weirdos really love to idolize cultures that are not theirs. So let's take a look at this one right here, and I will tell you a little bit more of the story. Now I want y'all to think about this for a second, okay? So Blake Reffett, okay? He is from Elkhart, Indiana, and he was charged with beastiality and intimidation with a deadly weapon on June 9th, after his mother allegedly saw him graping the dog while it was pinned to the couch in March of last year. His mother told police that Reffett had grabbed a hammer and told her to sit on the couch and not to call the cops. The 20-year-old threatened to hit her in the face with the hammer, kill her, and then burn her body if she did so. What? So now that we have his coolness fully recorded on the screen for everyone to see, let us continue. A veterinarian conducted a preliminary examination of the dog and diagnosed the pet with trauma, including trauma around the canine's foreskin. Oh my gosh! Cops later conducted a search warrant at the family home on June 10th last year and said they heard Reffett making a reference to placing a hit on his mother. What? Brethren, you're lying. Reffett was arrested and booked into the Elkhart County Jail in early March, where he is being held on a $50,000 bond. Reffett's case is scheduled for a jury trial on February 19th of 2024. Why? Why is it not already scheduled? Why is it scheduled for so far away? This happened last year. Now, I don't know about y'all, but just reading through this story, it kind of reminded me of a story that we covered back on Just Ask Char. So I decided to take a look into it. Try to remind y'all. Now, if y'all remember, because this is now, it keeps coming up, Okay, it keeps coming up. The most recent iteration of it was in January of 2023, but I mean, it came out like a couple years before that. Let's see if you guys remember the picture right here. Okay, remember that? Burglar sues homeowner after being graped by the German shepherds while stuck in the house's pet door. Y'all remember that? Okay, it's, as you can see here, right, it's saying labeled satire. It's not real, okay? This is never a real story. This mugshot, or this, petrified picture of the boy, that is a real mugshot, okay? But it's actually, of Sam Ogden, and he was arrested in the UK in 2018 after being suspected of attempting to steal cars. He's had nothing to do with dogs or German shepherds, right? So, but you can see here, right, when it was reported, they were saying Jonas Carlson attempted to break into a Baton Rouge residence on February 26th by going through the resident's pet door. Unfortunately for him, things didn't work out exactly as planned, and he got seriously stuck in the small entrance designed for dogs, and things only got worse from there. According to the version of events he presented in his lawsuit, the two German shepherds in the yard took advantage of his vulnerable position to tear his pants apart with their teeth and take turns graping him repeatedly. Right? Now, where people get these ideas for these satire, I'll never know. I'll never understand. But what I can 100% guarantee y'all, okay, is that this clown, this is not satire. Okay? This is not satire. Blake. Let's not forget the name of these predators, okay? And he is a predator. Don't get it twisted. I don't love animals. We all know this, right? But he accessed and injured, hurt, did the power dynamic over what he currently had access to. Okay? We know in these cases, when we're talking about serial predators of some sort, they tend to start on animals, and then eventually they advance on to humans. Now, Blake Reffett, okay? Let us not forget this man's name, because he's a 20-year-old grown man, okay, who has enough wherewithal for him to dress up and masquerade in black culture, pretending he's a thug, or he's cool, or he's whatever. Meanwhile, he's the worst kind of incel, because he's not just an incel. He's the kind of incel who wants to literally hurt, injure, damage things that are smaller and weaker than him that can't say no. And then when he is caught in the act, he threatens to kill his own mother. You could say, who raised him? Well, we know his mother did, right? So how are these monsters being born and bred? I'm going to suggest, and I know it's not going to be popular, but I'm going to suggest it has a lot to do with gentle parenting and everyone's inability these days to say no, to set up boundaries and expectations, to discipline their children when they get it wrong, right? To not demand that everyone gets a trophy, everyone's special, and everyone deserves to be rewarded for every damn thing in life. I mean, thank God he did not follow through and injure his mother. Thank God for that. That dog was never going to be the same, literally. Probably might even need to be put down because of, violent responses and whatever. I mean, the trauma of it all. And the trauma seems to have been all around, from both penetrating and being penetrated. Y'all let me know what you think. I don't even know where to go with this one. Shout out to Shar again for this wild story, which kind of sort of does feel like a follow-up to the other story, right? That's why I had to mention it, but y'all need to do better with y'all's children, okay?
In 4 years, you've been hanging in these YouTube streets. Congratulations, you just earned your bachelor's degree. You wanna clap them cheeks? You wanna clap them cheeks?